Today we're talking about what's better, chicken or beef.
What do you mean better? Taste better? Looks
No,
better?
better for you. Better choice
healthier.
to eat. Gonna make you live longer, maybe less cancer, maybe less diabetes, less whole bunch of. For decades, we've been told, well, chicken, this is obvious, isn't it, chicken? You know, it's leaner, it's heart healthy, it's not red meat, it's not full of saturated
And it
fat.
comes in the form of the chicken wing,
The chicken
which is my
wing.
favorite thing to eat.
Right, so we're gonna answer, the question is, which is actually better for you? And does it make sense, kind of the recommendations that we just been kind of plotting along, where they come from?
Yeah.
Where does the truth settle?
Yeah. I'm Dr. Paul Zalza.
I'm Dr. Brad Weening. Welcome to Talking with Docs. So we're gonna do it like a boxing match.
Okay.
Kind of like a round one. We're not gonna go 10 rounds. I think we're gonna go 7 rounds.
Okay.
I think some fights actually only go 7 rounds. Maybe the Olympics.
Well, if there's a KO,
No, but I think
second round.
I think yeah, it's fair.
Maybe this will end in the second round.
I'd say stick around because I'd say it's not going to. You're going to be a little bit surprised. Okay, so round one, we're going to talk about protein. So which of chicken versus beef are better sources of protein?
Okay, and that's one of the main reasons we eat meat is to get a protein, right? A protein source.
Yes.
Which many people think you can't get from non-meat products.
Right. Whole another video.
Okay, we've already talked about that.
Yep.
You can get it. From
Yes, you
plants,
can.
But for sort of a whole protein profile from the meat. Typically, I mean, I've heard, and sort of the dogma is that chicken is better for protein. I mean, I've heard that before.
So what I would say is maybe grams of protein per calorie, you could argue that, because often it's leaner. But I'd say both are complete sources of protein, so they have all 9 essential amino acids. They're both excellent sources of leucine, which is a stimulant for muscle growth. So for me, what I would say is when it comes to protein, I would say it's a tie.
It's a tie.
The first round one is a tie, chicken and beef. If it's just about protein, you say it's probably a tie.
It's a wash. Okay.
Okay.
Round 2 is calories and fat.
Okay.
Right? We want to get our calories, but we don't want to get a bunch of fat in there with the calories.
I think the chickens and the chicken, well, maybe the chickens are not happy about this, but I think the people that eat a lot of chicken are happy about this one. So
Yeah. And that one, I mean, what you probably think is you're going to get a healthier profile of calories versus fat with chicken, and you'd be right. It generally is.
And I'd say the boneless, skinless chicken breast, when we were growing up, that wasn't a thing.
No.
Like no one,
No.
it was drumsticks and thighs, and I don't even know where the rest went, but I
Yeah.
feel like it didn't end up in my house.
No.
But what I'd say is it really depends on the cut. So if you're comparing a boneless, skinless chicken breast to a fatty ribeye,
Yeah,
for sure.
sure.
You know what I mean? More calories in the steak and more fat, particularly saturated fat, which we're concerned about, is in the steak. But it really depends on the cut that you're considering.
Right. Let's compare a tenderloin cut to a chicken nugget deep fried.
Yes, or even a thigh with skin.
Even thighs. What
Yeah.
about the chicken wing? Can we throw the chicken wing?
You can, yeah, sure. But I think
Chicken
that
wing is just, I love those.
I think it's not going to help chicken's argument to be the
No.
healthier choice, though. I'd
it's
say.
not. The tastier choice for sure.
And I'd say you bring up another point, though, grilled versus deep fried. I think that also makes a significant difference for the calorie consumption on the deep fried
Right.
side.
So when you're looking at calories versus fat, it's not just the cut, it's
Right.
also how it's prepared.
Yes. And what I would say is, I think chicken wins this round.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It's sort of what you think, what you thought all along, and it's right.
Yes. Okay. Number 3 is vitamins and minerals, and this is where the people that are beef are like, where's the beef? Remember that old ad?
Where's the beef?
Hey, where's the beef?
I remember that lady.
That lady driving the
Yeah.
car, slamming into the drive-through. Wendy's, right?
It was Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's. You're welcome, Wendy's.
Yeah.
So in vitamins and minerals, I would say beef probably has a better argument to say we're healthier, primarily because of things like B12. You know, good for your nerves, good for immune function, DNA synthesis. Same for zinc. As well as iron, and particularly heme iron. So this is a type of animal-based iron that is much more readily absorbed. And this is why a lot of people eat red meat. If you're iron deficient, a lot of people say, listen, I need to get some red meat in my diet to increase these things. Not that chicken is devoid of vitamins and minerals, but it is different levels.
Spoiler alert, that heme iron may come back to sting us later on one of the later rounds.
It's like so many things. You don't get something good without maybe selling something else down the river.
Yeah.
So I'd say round 3 goes to beef.
Okay. So far we've got round 1 was a tie.
Yep.
Round 2 was chicken.
Yep.
Round 3 was beef.
Yes.
We're dead even.
We're dead
neck and
even.
neck.
We're heading into diseases for rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay, the rounds of diseases. Let's start with heart disease, for example.
Okay.
Heart disease, and this one typically you've thought, and in the media and in all the things you read, it's better for your heart to move away from red meat and move to leaner meats like chicken, fish, and things like that.
I would agree. I'd say the overwhelming body of evidence would support that.
And I think if you take out processed meats,
Right.
okay, which red meats tend to lend themselves more to processed meats.
Yeah.
And you go just with the meat, the difference is not quite as great as we think.
Totally agree with you. And I think if I was a beef seller or a beef lover, I would say, listen, you lumped everything in with processed meat, and yes, it's not fair to compare boneless, skinless chicken breast to a hot dog, essentially.
No. The tubular meats in general,
Anything that's a tube, even if it's chicken.
even a chicken
wiener or whatever they're
chicken
called.
sausage.
Yeah.
Those highly processed meats, and usually it is the red meats that get more highly processed,
Right.
are not going to be as
In part,
as-
mostly
as
because
good
of the
for you.
saturated fat. Some people say, well, what about cholesterol? Depends on the cut of chicken. Chicken can have cholesterol, so they don't totally get a pass on that. But I would say in these observational studies, which is not randomized controlled trials necessarily, relate to like a healthy habit kind of lifestyle. And so maybe it's not just the red meat. It might be other things that they're doing or not doing. I'd say the win probably goes to chicken, but it's a lot closer than everybody
Yeah.
used to think.
Okay, so a little bit of a win for chicken on that.
Round 4.
Next disease.
Round 5 is type 2 diabetes. I would say pretty much echoes the heart disease stuff, and they kind of go together, and that's probably why the results are the same, because the lifestyles are similar. I'd say you remove processed meat, it gets a lot closer, but chicken still has an edge. Red meat is associated with a higher chance of you developing type 2 diabetes.
Where the red meats are burdened by the processed meat pathway,
Yes.
I would say chicken is burdened by the deep frying pathway. I mean, you don't deep fry a steak, right?
No, I don't think
Rarely
so.
does that
And
happen.
actually, I just watched a really interesting documentary on Netflix.
Deep frying steaks?
No, all about fried chicken. This guy, a comedian, a British comedian, eats only fried chicken 3 times a day for 28 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of like Super Size Me,
luck.
except just for fried chicken. It's very interesting. Though.
Colonel Sanders, cover your ears.
He talks actually about Colonel Sanders.
The Colonel.
Yeah.
As good as it tastes, the deep fried stuff lends itself more to chicken. I think that's going to play a role when if you're just comparing them out in the wild,
Yes.
as opposed to these controlled trials
Totally agree.
or observational studies where they try and control for that stuff.
Okay, so round 5, I'd say goes to chicken.
Okay, so now we've got chicken
Round
won a
6.
little bit on heart disease.
Yeah.
Chicken's going to win on the type 2 diabetes. What about cancer?
I'd say that if I was beef, my legs are weak, and I'm not sure I want to get off that tiny little stool in the corner and go back out for round 6.
Yeah.
I can't get him off.
Cancer. And this is where that heme iron comes back to sting you, because the thinking is that heme iron can be carcinogenic in higher doses.
And the World Health Organization, I know a lot of people don't like them, but their cancer body, the ARC, has identified processed meat as a level 1 carcinogen, so directly correlated to cancer. And even when they did they teased it all out. They removed processed meat and said, fair, processed meat is not lean cuts of red meat. They did some randomized controlled trials, controlling intake so that it was just lean red meat, not processed meat. Still, your risk of getting cancer increased 18%, sorry.
And that's colorectal cancer.
Colorectal
that's the main
cancer
cancer
primarily.
we're talking about.
And what I would say is it's not an 18% chance that you're going to get cancer. If your chance before was 10%, it's gone up to 11.8%.
Fair.
Yeah.
18% relative risk
Right.
increase.
So I would say it's a slam dunk for chicken. Chicken wins round 6.
Yeah.
Higher chances, very limited association of chicken with cancer, increased risk, but red meat, it's still there. The signal seems to be very real. And it's so reproducible, and it just seems like it's real.
Okay, so we've got chicken with another winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
Last one is for longevity and all-cause mortality. I would say this echoes the data in the first 3, and it's not surprising, right? If you have heart disease, if you have type 2 diabetes, and you have cancer and all of these risks are increased, the chances of you living a long time is going to be less. And we would say when we study populations that have increased survival and centenarians and blue zones and all that stuff, typically they do, first of all, they eat less red meat compared to chicken, but they also eat more plants compared to red meat. And I think really the focus of all of this stuff really should be like, if you're looking for a protein source, what are you replacing it with? So if you're replacing your red meat with chicken wings, or a deep fried chicken sandwich and fries on the side, your benefits are probably going to be a lot less than if you're replacing it with lentils, beans, chickpeas, tofu, nuts, right?
Of course, we know.
We know this.
We know that moving towards a plant-based diet is healthier for you.
Yeah.
However, in the chicken beef debate, so far it looks like chicken has won. So all that noise you're hearing about moving away from red meat to a chicken diet, there's some signal there. It does make sense. However, maybe the lean red meat is not as bad and it's not as much of a benefit to switch away from that to chicken as you can.
Totally agree.
But what I think the bottom line is, or one of the bottom lines, quite a few bottom lines here,
bottom lines?
is how it's prepared, right? If you're charring the heck out of your steak, you're going to have those
Heterocyclic amines and polycyclic hydrocarbons.
that are known to be bad for you.
And that's whether you grill chicken or beef.
Yeah.
Shouldn't look black.
No. If it looks black, put it back.
Right.
Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah, because that stuff's bad for you. So when you've cooked it at that super high heat to the point where there's char, that char, it's not surprising. It looks like it would cause cancer, right?
Yeah, it tastes so good though. But it's and on the chicken side, it's that deep frying stuff.
Right.
Deep frying element is really what's going to increase the saturated fats and decrease its health benefits.
The other thing for me is a piece of beef in and of itself is not going to cause disease, right?
No.
It's the cumulative dose of all of your decisions on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, decade basis.
Yeah.
So if you love red meat, fine, enjoy it.
Go
Cook it in
nuts.
a way that's responsible. Don't have
Lean
it too
cuts.
often. Lean
Lean
cuts. And same with chicken.
And avoid. How many times do I have to say avoid the processed stuff, the
Yeah.
highly processed stuff? It's not really meat anymore by the time it's processed like that.
Right. And it's a combination of the smoking process, the preservation process, the nitrates. So, and again, if that's something you really love, just know that the one study showed that eating 50 grams of processed meat a day, which is not a very large amount, was the equivalent of smoking like 15 cigarettes a day, like as far as ultimate cancer risk. So if you like it, fine, have a hot dog every now and then, you go to the ball game, whatever.
Yeah.
Just don't make it a staple of your healthy diet.
Don't make it a food group.
Yes. But if you like this video, please like it, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment about your thoughts on the chicken v beef debate.
That's right. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Or the chicken,
the cow.
the beef. Beef or the chicken.
And one other thing about red meat too, pork kind of somehow they didn't want to be associated with beef, but pork is considered red meat, and a lot of the same stuff applies, just has not been studied as vigorously. I mean, obviously bacon is on the processed side.
Right.
Everybody loves it, makes sense. It tastes too good to not be bad for you.
Salt.
It tastes so good.
Yeah.
But pork is in that.
Pork. Chicken of the farm.
Not chicken of the sea, I think.
Chicken of the sea.
Yeah.
All right. Remember, you are in charge of your own health.
We'll see you next time.